One good day, everyone. So my name is Jonah Namoko, and my assigned task or assigned topic is to report to you about the religious diffusion. So before we go on to another slide, let us define first religious diffusion. So it is the movement of a religion outward from its hearth via means such as missionaries, diaspora, conquest, or the internet. So we all know that diffusion, it is the movement. And it is a movement of a certain a thing and here we talk about religion, so it is the movement of a certain religion. Okay, so next slide. So spatial patterns. So religious diffusion stems primarily from two major hearth areas. So the religious diffusion, there are two major hearth areas. So a culture heart is a focused geographic area where important innovations are born and from which they spread. Okay. So this is the two major heart areas. The first one is Semitic heart. Second one is Indus Ganga heart. So let us discuss it one by one. Okay, so the Semitic religious heart, it is composed of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. All stems from Middle East or Southwestern Asia. So the Semitic religious heart, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, all arose among Semitic speaking people. All three arose from. Okay. So about to next is Judaism and Christianity share a common history in Jerusalem and modern day Israel. Okay. So there is a common between Judaism and Christianity. About 2,000 years later, Christianity arose as a child of Judaism from this same area. So, the Judaism, we all know that the Judaism, it is the first, especially before the Jewish people, no? The religion is Judaism. And the Christianity arose as a child of Judaism from the same area of Jerusalem and the modern day of Israel. Okay, so Islam arose in Western Arabia near Medina and Mecca. So Islam arose about seven countries in Western Arabia, partly from Jewish and Christian roots. So, ang Islam, it is the roots gihapon siya sa Jewish ug sa Christian. So, like the three of them is connected with each other. Okay. So, nga naman silang connected. Okay. Abraham is traditionally considered to be the first Jew and to have made a covenant with God, right? So because Judaism, Christianity, and Islam all recognize Abraham as their first prophet, they are also called the Abrahamic religion. So, ang nagkapareha sa Judaism, Christianity, and Islam because they recognize Abraham as their first prophet. Okay. Next is religion spread by both relocation and expansion diffusion. So nga naman na-spread ang religion because of the relocation and expansion diffusion. So let us define what is expansion diffusion. So expansion diffusion, it is the spread of an idea through a population where the amount of those influence grows continuously larger. Okay. So next, let us discuss diffusion of Christianity. Okay, so Christian faith tells followers to teach all nations. Spread initially through the Roman Empire, a strong road system. So we are Christianity. And we Christian, dili ta matawag nga Christian if we are not believing God, right? So the faith the faith that we have the faith that we have, we should tell the world, or we should tell this to all nations. That's how Christianity spread, or how does Christianity diffusion, okay, the diffusion of Christianity. Missionaries often targeted king or tribal leaders, later spread through contact conversion of the everyday interactions and between believers and non-believers. So let's spread ng Christianity through contact conversation, and through the missionary they interact with different people, even that's a believer or non-believer. Next, diffusion. By the way, we back to Christianity. So through missionaries that spread religious beliefs, Christianity is one of the universalizing religions practiced worldwide. Christians also practice forced diffusion, using violent means to spread Christianity throughout Europe and also in America. So now let's proceed to diffusion of Islam. So Islam spread from its heart in a more militaristic manner, spread westward across North Africa, later spread through trade routes to Philippines, Indonesia, and interior China. So Islam diffused from Mecca and spread throughout the Middle East and into Central Asia and North Africa. Islam spread through military conquest, trade, pilgrimage, and missionaries. Arab Muslim forces conquered vast territories and built imperial structures over time. Okay, so that's how the diffusion of Islam. And there is a question here. It says, why is Islam the world's fastest religion? So, Muslims will grow more than twice as fast as the overall world population between 2015 and 2060, and in the second half of this century will likely surpass Christians as the world's largest religion group. The main reason for Islam's growth is that Muslims have more children than members of the 7 other major religions group analyzed in this study. So, kano man nga mas dako mas fastest ang growing sa Islam? It's because the Islam they have more children. According upon this study, that they have more children than members of the 7 major religious group. Okay. So next, let's proceed to the second major of the Indus Ganga Hearth. Okay. So let us define first. Hinduism and Buddhism spread from their core in northern India. Buddhism branched off of Hinduism. Both of these religions have found their way to United States. Okay, so the Indus Ganga Hearth gave birth to both Hinduism and Buddhism. So sa atong nga gi-compare kini siya sa Semitic hearth, ang nadito nga religion is the tulo, the Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. So dinhi, the Indus Ganga hearth, there are 2 religion, the Hinduism and Buddhism. So Hinduism spread far and wide in its earlier incarnation. Much of that has been since lost. Buddhism moves out of the Ganges plain 2,500 years ago, spread to China, Japan, Korea, Bali, but died out in the Ganges plain. So, Hinduism and Buddhism have common origins in the culture of ancient India. So, they are common origins in the culture of ancient India. Buddhism arose in the eastern Ganges culture of northern India during the second urbanization. Hinduism developed out of the ancient Vedic religion, adopting numerous practices and ideas from other Indian traditions over time. Okay, so both of these religions have found their way to the United States. So how? Hinduism is a minority religion in the United States of America, ranking fourth largest after Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, while American Buddhism can be used to describe all Buddhist groups within the United States. Both of them immigrated to US from India. Next, next is religious mission. Deliberate effort to change the religious views of a person or peoples, often accompanied by good deeds, sometimes considered propaganda and persuasion. So here, what are the effects of globalization on the religion? So globalization allows for religions previously isolated from one another to now have regular and unavoidable contact. Globalization brings to the light the fact that since religions have similar values, not one of them is correct and therefore can be changed. Globalization also provides a culture of pluralism, meaning it provides a culture of meaning religions that overlapping but distinctive ethics and interests interact with one another. Next is barriers to diffusion. So barriers to the religious diffusion are primarily permeable. Barriers alter the diffusion of religions so that different regions of the world experience different rates of adoption of the belief system. This includes the physical barriers such as mountain, ocean, and dense forests, and cultural barrier like language, economics, political, and religious differences. Distance decay. Diffusion weakens with increasing distance from their places of origin and with the passage of time. Next, now let us discuss the rise of secularism. Okay. So, secularism is the indifference to or rejection or organized religious affiliations and ideas. Millions of people in the world practice no religion at all. Religious statistics do not account for non-practicing members. So, the rise of secularism. So, secularism, it means that separation of religion from political, economic, social, and cultural aspects of life. Religion being treated as purely personal matter. The term secular means being separate from religion or having no religion basis. So, there is also, if naay on diffusion of religion nga nag-combine ang mga religion, there are also people that no religion at all. They are not believing God or any gods. Next, Levels of secularism vary throughout the world. So not only in the Philippines, throughout the world, there is secularism. Na yung mga tao nga walay religion. So there is a statement here, religion is very important to me. 30% of Canadians agreed, 59% of Americans agreed. So it's not 100% who agreed that religion is very important, no? Because there's a lot of people, millions of people, nga wala pa dyan sila nituo sa religion. Places with higher immigrants population tends to have higher rates of religious adherence. Why? Places with higher immigrants populations tends to have higher rates of religious adherence. When an individual migrates, he or she does not only transfer the religion's belief from the old place to the new one, but also bring changes in them as they get affected by new area of residence. Secularism has been on the rise in the past century. So secularism emerged in the 18th century in part because of the memory of the age of religious wars and the 30 Years' War in particular. So now let's proceed. So we all know that secularism, they don't believe God, right? They have no religion at all. So here there is atheists. Atheists do not believe in existence of any gods. And another one, agnostics. Deities may exist, but we do not have knowledge of them. Okay, so let us define what is atheist. Many people are atheists because they think there is no evidence of God's existence, or at least no reliable evidence. They argue that a person should only believe in things for which they have good evidence. So there are a lot of people nga atheists sila. They don't believe religion. They don't believe God. It's because they think that there is no evidence of God's existence. So dili sila motuo kay ganahan sila nga naa sila oy evidence ka makita nga naa jud ang Ginoo. Right? So muna siya yung mga atheist. Next is deities may exist but we do not have knowledge of them. Okay, so ang deity, it is a supernatural being who is considered a divine or sacred, like a gods and goddesses, that worshipped by people who believe in controls or exerts force over some aspects of the world. Example ani is the ancient Greek religion. Itong si Zeus, Apollo, Athena, Ares, Aphrodite, and many more. So, kini nga mga deities, kini nga agnostic, mani sila nga ang mga person nga mo believe nga wala jud pareha ra gud ni sa kuan sa atheist, di sila mo tuo kay ang ilang nga tuuhan is kaning mga gods and goddesses or mga deities nga wala ba ganang nakita nila nga naghatag og supernatural, but we don't judge them because ilahapod na nga pagtuo or ilaha nga beliefs. So this is the end of my assigned topic, and I hope that we learned something from religious diffusion and how the movement of religion, no, and also the two major heart areas, no, the Semitic heart and the Indus Ganga heart. And also we also discuss the rise of secularism, and I hope that you learned something, and thank you very much.